Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are in a different environment, okay? I am loving it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I'm giving the warm, like, let's sit down and do some makeup vibes. Today's makeup look is going to be this pretty pink and purple glam. Honestly, this is going to look good on any girl, I'm telling you. But I especially think that this is going to look good for like a Galentine's Day where you guys are wearing pink, or if you are going out to mix and mingle by yourself, honey, and get you a man, period. People go for the typical, you know, natural glam with the red lip, or just like, you know, soft glam and stuff like this. But I wanted to play with some color today. I am so excited to be filming this video, y'all. I'm not even joking. Like, this is like a long overdue makeup tutorial, and I'm also kind of dipping and dabbing into trying new things on my channel. I'm just trying to diversify my channel, and I love doing makeup tutorials. I wish everybody would like go back to 2016 and like do a whole bunch of makeup tutorials, because I love learning about makeup. I don't know about y'all, but I do. But let me stop yapping. We're about to get up into this makeup look. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, let's get started. I like to prime my face first, so we're gonna prime and then I'm gonna let it sit for about 2 minutes. This is gonna help with like allowing it to soak into my skin. It's gonna help with my foundation staying on for a long time. And I usually rub it in like on the areas where I get the most oily, because I am combination skin, and most of my skin kind of gets oily in like the T-zone. And we're gonna jump right into the eyes. As you guys can see, I already did my eyebrows. Can't do my eyebrows on camera. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I cannot. What I used was the NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Espresso, and then I also used the NYX Lift and Snatch in this shade Espresso as well. The concealer that I use to carve out my brows is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Full Wear Concealer in the shade Honey. And then I don't normally carve out the top of my eyebrows. Y'all, I don't know what happened to my footage, but I'm using the Beauty Bay Brights palette, and I use the darkest purple in that palette. Okay, so I'm just gonna run this along my lash line until I get to my inner corner. I like to make it really dark, so I might add a little black to it. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna add a little black to it, just a tad bit. I'm just dipping my brush just a little bit, and I'm just gonna add it right here in like the corner of my eye. It's gonna give my eye a little bit of depth. Let me stop, y'all. For real, let me stop. But yeah, it's gonna give my eye a little bit of depth, and I'm just lightly, like when I say light pressure, y'all, I mean like that, like that. And I'm gonna dip back in my purple and go right back over that black so we can mesh the purple and the black together. Next, I'm gonna dip into this pink right here. We're gonna start right here in the corner. Even where that purple is at, it's okay if you get a little bit of pink on there. You're just gonna blend that in with the purple on the outer corner. I'm using, this is like a fluffy brush, but it's kind of tapered too, so you can see it's kind of like going up like this into like a point, but it's like a fluffy point, because that's gonna dig right in that crease, and then you just got to keep packing and blending, packing and blending. And then the less the amount of product that's on the brush, I just go all the way up to like before I hit like that part of my eyebrow. I just blend it up until it kind of blends out on its own, and then that's when I take it up here, and then I'll take it down here in the crease as well. It's gonna be like a light flush of color. It's not gonna be too much. And I'm kind of leaving this part blank right here. I'm leaving this part blank because we're gonna put another shade right there. I'm gonna use this shimmery pink right here, and I'm gonna pack it on right here in that center where we left everything blank. I'm kind of just packing it on there and placing it any type of way, because I mean, honestly, it does not matter. It's supposed to look kind of blown out, and just keep packing until, so you can like not see your base underneath, because my base was creasing a little bit, but we okay. Okay, I went off camera and did my other eye. So next I'm going to use this NYX glitter glue. Y'all, this glue is so good. I love it so much. It lasts for a long time as well. I've had it for a little while. Put a little bit on. I'm just going to take a little bit on my hand, and on a clean brush I'm going to just dab it on top And I don't want to like disturb the rest of my eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna tap. Using the NYX glitter in, what shade is this? This is GLI02. I don't know what that means, but so I'm just gonna tap the glitter on there, and I'm just doing it like lightly. Like I want it like kind of sparse. I don't want it too full. And then to blend it, I just tap over both that pink right there and then that shimmer pink. I'll just tap over it. All right, we're gonna put these lashes on, and the lashes that I'm using are the Lily lashes in the style Mykonos. These are, y'all, I've been using these on every look that I had, and they go so well with every look that I always like put on or whatever. I go to these. So I'm gonna go put these on real quick, and then we're gonna come back and then we're gonna start the face. Okay, lashes are on. Are they not pretty? Like, excuse me. Okay, on to the face. So since our primer has been priming and sitting on our face, it should be tacky enough to keep this foundation on. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. This I like to put on when I want to glow a little bit. I don't want to be too glowy, so that's why I just apply like a little tiny amount, and I'm just gonna blend this out. Next thing that I'm going to use is my Be Perfect Chroma Cover foundation. This one is in the shade N9. I'm going to put a little bit on each cheek, on my forehead, on my chin, and a little bit on my nose. So I've been taking like this flat brush lately, the one that y'all like always just never use when you get like a brush set or something. I've been using it, and I've been using it to blend out my foundation on my skin and kind of even that foundation out before I go in with my brush, or if I go in with my beauty blender to blend it all out. This is how I get like my eyebrows, and it just looks so good. So then I'm just going to take my brush and blend it, which that little this little brush right here, it kind of helps like with the blending process. It looks so even, it looks fake. Like, I'm looking at myself in my monitor, but it looks so good. And I always make sure that if I have a wig on, I definitely get like my hairline and like in my wig a little bit so that it can look good and mesh together. And I get down like under my chin, and just once I put my foundation on, I don't do concealer. You know what I do first, you guys? I do my contour first. So I'm just gonna contour with this contour stick from ColourPop, and it is in the shade Manhattan Beach. Get my chin and like down here to kind of like make my chin like, what am I saying? My chin bone structure like a little bit more chiseled. I like to do that. And then I just put it on my forehead to kind of bring my forehead down some more around my nose area, and then on the top of my cheeks, like above my cheeks a little bit. But I always blend up. I'm just gonna make sure that the contour stays upward and does not bring it down, because if it brings it down below where you placed it, it'll make your face look more wider, and it'll make it won't make it look as chiseled if you blend it up. I'll show you guys what I did with my nose. So what I did was I took a angled brush, a little small angle brush, and then I just went along the sides. I put like the tiniest bit of concealer right here on the tip of my nose, and I kind of blended it out with my finger. That's what I did to get my nose to look like this. And then I went back in and I just blended it again to kind of blend the concealer with the contour around my nose. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in with our blush. I'm using a bright pink blush today from the Made by Mitchell Curve case, and it is the one that's up at the top. You guys can tell which ones I kind of dibbled and dabbled into, because I mean, look at them, they are mangled. Okay, jump into that super bright pink color, and y'all, please don't be scared of brights when you are applying this on your skin. If you are my skin tone or darker, like, they be coming out good, especially if you have a good formula. I usually, like now, I don't put it like actually on my cheek. Like, my cheek is right here. I kind of put it above my cheek and kind of blend it upwards. And then I also am going to kind of mesh it with my eyeshadow because I want it to be like all of this pinkness right here. Just kind of like pat it and then kind of work it in with like this little stippling brush that I have right here. I'll go back in with my contour brush and kind of mesh those two together as well. I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more blush. I want it to kind of be bright, so I kind of want to look like a Barbie, you know, like I kind of want to look like a little Barbie Bratz doll. Okay, so here's a tip. If your blush is too much, if you blend it out and you're like, oh my god, what have I done, my blush is just like pow 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 pow, this is why I always do my concealer last. I'm gonna show you what happens when you do that. Say for instance, I had like all of this. Actually, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of blush on one side just to show you guys. Like, say for instance, like it was overload powerful. Like you can see, that's crazy, right? So what I like to do, take my concealer. This one I'm using is the Revolutions IRL Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer, and this is in the shade C13.5. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to apply it to the inner corner of my eye. And I don't go all the way out here anymore either, but I'm going to put it in the corner of my eye and kind of drag it down on the side of my nose. I'm going to put some on my chin. I'm going to put some on my forehead. And I'm going to leave my nose alone because we've already done that. Let it sit, let it dry a little bit. And then what you're going to do is you're going to apply some type of setting spray. So the setting spray that I'm going to use is the Morphe setting spray. And I'm just going to lightly spray my face. And I'm going to let it sit for maybe like 2 minutes. I'm going to start first with like my forehead and stuff and blend that out. I'm going to leave this right here for last. And I'm not so much worried about like what the blending looks like because I'm also going to go back over my concealer and my contour to make sure that everything meshes well. So I'm just going to blend those edges from the concealer. Okay, so I don't use nothing else but a powder puff. Listen, you're not going to find me blending out my concealer with nothing else but a powder puff, okay? I just think it looks better. I just think it just makes it look just more even. I feel like it's easier to use. It's a whole bunch of reasons why I love it so much. But I'm going to blend out my concealer and I'm just going to pat. And I'm going to lightly pat. And I'm going to pat until I get up to where my blush is at. And this is what is going to tone that blush down. See? I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Bronze Duo in Deep Dark. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to use the one that's up at the top. As you guys can tell, girl, I done hit pan. I'm just going to place it where I placed my cream contour. And I'm doing the same thing that I did with my cream contour. I'm patting it for the most part. And I'm just trying to blend all of my cream products together. Next up is my powder blush. So I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath Labs blush in the shade Electric Bloom. And this is like such a pretty pink. I don't know why it's coming up like that on camera, but this is what it looks like. Not that light. It's actually a dark, like rosy coral pink. That's what it kind of looks like to me. With the Curve Case Cream Blush, it looks so good over top. So I have 2 steps when it comes to putting my powders on top of my concealer. So first I like to set it. I'm going to set it with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is the foundation powder and it's in the shade 330 Toffee. So I'm going to take this first because this is a pressed powder. Get some of my powder puff. Dab some onto my hand because I don't want that much. And then I'm just going to lightly tap under my eye. And as I'm tapping, I'm just bringing it all the way out to the end of where my blush is at. And don't worry if you can't see my blush that much. We're gonna go back in and I'm gonna put some more right on top, okay? When I say when you want your makeup to look good, you have to put the makeup on, y'all. Put the makeup on. That's what you brought it for. We want to be hitting pans and using up all of our product because this stuff is entirely too high for us to be playing around with it. So I'm just gonna pat all of my concealer spots. I like to get around my mouth area when I'm doing this too. That's gonna cover up my smile lines, cause child, my smile lines is crazy. What I do with my cream, I always do with my powder. I'm gonna go right back in with my bronzer brush and mesh that with the powder that we just put down for the concealer. So before I put more blush on, this is the second step that I like to do. I like to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder and I like to dab in that as well. And I'll put some on the back of my hand because I do want it to be evenly distributed. I'm just gonna pat that on there as well and just let it bake. This one is more of a loose powder, so it's gonna do a great job with baking and making sure that concealer and all of everything that I just put on my face is set completely in place. I do not wait. I don't wait, y'all. I dust it right off. Now I add my blush again. And I'm just gonna add the finishing touches of the blush. So good. Okay, we back. We back. In my tutorial on TikTok, what I did put a brown eyeliner in my waterline. Today I'm going to use a black one because it's nighttime. I'm trying to give like the nighttime vibes, but if you want something that's a little bit more subtle, you can use a brown liner. And then for my lower lash line, I'm going to use the same colors that I use for my top eyelid. Now let's move on to the lips, baby. I wanted something to kind of go with the eye look that I have going on, and I wanted something dark because it still is wintertime. So I'm going to use this lip liner from MAC in the shade Night Moth. And I like to overline just a tiny bit because I already have full lips. And then for my lipstick today, I'm using the Sephora collection. This one is the cream lip stain, and I don't even know what shade it is. Oh yes, I do. It's made in Italy, and I just like to put it in the center and then smack my lips together. It smells so good. It smells like berries. And I'm gonna blend it to like my liking, and like once I like it, after I've like blended it, then I'll just go on about my day. But I'm also going to set again. I'm going to set with a Morphe spray. Okay, you guys, this is the final look. It looks so cute. Like, I love this. This is really good for like a Galentine's, or if you're single and you trying to like go out and mingle, honey. If you're wearing pink for Valentine's Day, I highly recommend this look as well. It's so girly and pretty, and it's like not the normal soft glam with the red lip type vibe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. And if you like these type of videos, just let me know down in the comments what type of other videos you would like me to do, because I love recommending different things to people when it comes to makeup. I love makeup down, honey. And I also love to just share my thoughts and tips on the things that I've learned over the years of doing makeup. So if you like this video, or you like these types of videos, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.